Welcome back. Well, the UND volleyball team is finally back at home after a 3-match road stretch. And to recap that stretch, as well as learn more about the final home matches and the conference tournament looming ahead, here's Alex Heinert at the Betty with head coach Mark Pryor.
Thanks, Kelly. Well, Mark Pryor, you and your team fresh off another long week of road trips to Ames and to Cheney and to Moscow. How's the team feeling after a couple long trips this past week?
They're feeling good. I think they're feeling good mentally. Physically, we really kind of started to get some, toward the middle of last week, started to kind of get some, I don't want to say injuries, but there are some concerns that we're like, okay, maybe you just don't practice anymore. Let's just be a little Allen Iverson. We talking about practice? And let's just play, see how they do.
That time of the season. That stuff starts to add up. Well, let's talk about, first off, that win against Eastern Washington out in Cheney this past Thursday. You only trailed twice in the match, 1-0 in the first and the third set. Other than that, that was a pretty clean game for your team. You got to feel good about how that game went.
I was glad that we got done in 3. I'll be honest, that's a match we should win, and did well. We had a couple players play really, really well offensively, and we, took care of business, which was good. So that felt good to kind of help us out with that one, and then to have some energy left going into Saturday against Idaho.
You get the win in 3 then against Eastern Washington. You go out to face an Idaho team that had won 7 of the last 10, had been playing pretty well, and they took it to you a bit those first 2 games. What kind of was going on out there in Moscow?
We knew that they were going to be very, very emotional coming out because we always have played them very, very tough, and this is the first time in their history in the Big Sky that they've beat us in the regular season. So, so it was one of those, they were really, really getting after it. And then kind of we talked between 2 and 3, let's just work on this and this, and really kind of controlled the third set. We're really in control of the 4th set. It got tight at the end, but we were able to finish that out. And we were up 13-11 in the 5th, and then we had a little issue with one of our kids kind of tweaking a knee. That kind of hurts a little bit right there, but they made plays at the end. So you could see that that they earned it. Good for them, and it's something that we're like, okay, this has happened a couple times now. We need to address this.
Yeah, that puts you at 10-4 on the season. You had a great line afterwards about how the margin between 10-4 and maybe an unbeaten conference record really is just a couple of points. It's been that kind of a season. All these losses have been awfully close.
Yeah, when we look at it, you're talking in each one of those 3 that we've lost in 5, we've been up 10-8 or 13-11. And so, it's one of those that there's a mentality we've got to kind of finish a little more. The kids realize it. It's one of those that there's no reason to really kind of get on to them more than we have to, because I think they realize, hey, we're really that close. And that's why going into this week, really no matter what happens, we've talked about, hey, maybe we rest some kids, and not that we're going to throw any game, but maybe we rest some kids and go, let's get rested up, and then we'll be more rested than most teams going into the conference tournament, and then let's see what happens.
Yeah, you've talked all season about that, trying to be playing your best when the matches really count in that conference tournament. You're going to be in the tournament this year. You're locked in. So something between the 2 and the 5, depending on how things shake out this weekend.
Right.
How important does it, balancing that rest between trying to finish the regular season well with these matches against Northern Arizona and Northern Colorado this weekend?
Northern Arizona's playing really, really well. Northern Colorado, it's a little bit of an anomaly for them to struggle some, but they never struggle against us. They never have. So I think for us, we're kind of, I don't want to say flipping a coin, but, and not that the NCAA promotes gambling, but there's a lot of dice that are, sit, play, and we're just rolling it saying, all right, what do we think is the best thing? So we're trying to figure that out in the next day or 2. So it could be interesting on Thursday night. What lineup is Mark using? And if you see a grin on my face, it's going to be, it's a lineup to get us ready for next Thursday.
The sit dice came up.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, you can catch that game against Northern Arizona, who will play, who won't, coming up on Midco SN2. Also, Saturday against Northern Colorado, 11 a.m. Be sure to get out here and support this team again. The last 2 games, you'll be able to see this team in person here at the Betty. Mark, thanks again for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Mark Pryor. Kelly, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Alex. First serve of that match against Northern Arizona coming up at the top of the hour over on Midco SN2. Should be a good one. Coming up after the break, Carla Metz chats with Augustana football head coach Jerry Olszewski to talk all things Viking football as his team wraps up the 2017 season. Stay right here.
Midco Sports Tonight, presented by Avera Orthopedics.